Hello.
Hello, Shaza, with Will from Delft in
Yes, Will.
Spain.
Yes, mate. Lovely to talk to you.
I said to you good morning, but you have another time. It's evening in Australia, or not?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're all settled in for the evening. We finished our day's work, and yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. What is your local time now?
It is 7:30.
7:30. Okay, the reason that we invited you is the beautiful latest single, The Bush is Still the Same.
Thank you. Yeah, I was actually sitting in our place because naturally with COVID, we're
Yeah.
in lockdown over here in Australia, and I'm sure you guys are experiencing the same situation over there. But basically, we live on a small property just outside Tamworth in country New South Wales.
Yeah.
So I wrote that song looking out over our property because even though the world is in turmoil, basically the bushland is still the same here in Australia. So it's a beautiful piece about where we live.
Yeah. Before the conversation, I play another song for you, Where Our Hearts Lives.
Yes, I wrote that one last year. That was my single that was released here in Australia last year. And we didn't actually release that one internationally, which was interesting because we thought that it was possibly a little bit too Australian and too localised. But that song won a whole heap of awards here for us in January for the festival. Got the National Female Artist of the Year with that, and the album of the same title won one of the traditional country albums of the year. So I had a pretty good run with that song. That album also picked up the National Songwriter of the Year for me as well. So we've had a pretty good year, and 2020 kicked off so beautifully, and then we were locked down and had to cancel all our tours.
Yeah. I I saw this morning on your Facebook page Australia's First Lady of Song.
Yes, yes, I was tagged that over 10 years ago for my writing and performance. And just this year, I received an amazing award from the Native Australian Awards, which was a huge honour as well. And I've now received the Order of the Wattle Blossom as well. And that was an amazing award that has also come my way this year. So I've had a pretty blessed career overall, and the one that I've just received is beautiful. The tagline, Australia's First Lady of Song, just alludes to the fact that I've had over 300 songs that I've written and had recorded during my career. And there again, I've been very fortunate to have some fantastic artists actually record my material. And a lot of them have been award-winning tracks for me because of those performances.
Yeah. Shaza, is that a typical Australian name?
Oh, look, it never used to be. It was a pretty exclusive name in the early days,
Yeah.
and very few people use that. Now, a lot of people actually use it as an abbreviated name, and it's become far more popular in Australia.
I have seen on your website, and I see you have a lot of awards winning. I'm still with that.
Yeah, I have been really, really lucky. I'm actually just upgrading our websites at the moment because they're a little out of date too. A lot of the recent awards and that we haven't had a chance to put up. So whilst we have a little bit of time, we're actually adding all the recent ones as well. So no, like I say, I've been very fortunate and consider myself to have had a really blessed career. A lot of successes have come my way, and I'm very thankful for that and never take it for granted.
Yeah, you have a lot of awards. I see every year you're winning an award. Every year.
Yeah, I'm a little bit lucky, aren't I? we
Yeah.
we do have different award structures here in Australia, and there's a couple of major songwriting organisations here. and there's the National Songwriting Awards, there's the TSA Songwriting Awards. So over the years, I've been pretty fortunate to get a few of them in both those organisations. We've got the Traditional Country Music Awards, and then we've got the Open Country Music Awards. There's different sectors that are honoured, and then we have our media awards, which are judged by radio people. And over the years, because I've been a touring artist, I've actually received quite a few of them too, because a lot of our friends in radio that promote our shows when we're touring, fortunately actually give me a vote. So I'm very appreciative of their support also.
Yeah, I see that you was in a lot of tours in Australia. 19 years with the Brian Young Outback.
Yes, I started out with the Outback Tours, with Youngie's Outback Tours, and I did 6 years with that show. And then Lindsay Butler, and I actually ended up marrying Lindsay, and the two of us, he's one of Australia's greatest guitar players, certainly the greatest guitar player of his generation. And so he and I put our show together, and we tour with a couple of our touring mates, Queen of the Country Piano, Peggy Gilchrist, and one of Australia's best bush balladeers, Ashley Cook, and he's also a bass player. So the Butler Show Band is how we tour here in Australia, and each of us are recording artists in our own right. So we do a lot of touring, and we haven't done any this year, but normally we tour Australia quite extensively.
Yeah. Do you write the most of your songs by yourself?
I do like to co-write, and over the years I've written with some amazing poets, and been very lucky that a lot of the really good lyricists have trusted me with their poems, and out of that I just pull them to pieces and actually create a song. But I guess these days I tend to do a lot more solo writing than I used to, because a lot of those great poets are no longer with us, so I no longer have the opportunity to write with those great men. So I tend to just write myself these days, and every now and then I still get the opportunity to write with some younger writers to actually help them and improve their writing, I guess. So that's, I guess I've transitioned from being the baby in the writing team to actually being, I guess, the old one.
What is now the situation in Australia? You can sing everywhere with the corona or not?
No, entertainment is still shut down here.
Mm-hmm.
They are starting to open up, but we're going to be allowed to run some small intimate type shows. So it looks like they're talking about allowing gatherings up to about 100 people, which would mean that by the time we took our show band in and our personnel, we would be able to seat about 90 people in a venue. And so we're going to do a small intimate run in about a month's time. Mm-hmm. And we're probably going to do about 3 or 4 shows, which will just close the year out, because we don't really have time to organise any more than that. But we would like to just get the team together for one small run before Christmas.
Okay. For the listeners, they can find more information about you on a beautiful website, www.shazaleigh.com. All right?
Yes, absolutely. And I've even got some new information that we've only uploaded yesterday.
Yeah. On the first
and
place,
if any of your listeners would like to join us, just link with us on our sites and join our fan club. We would love to have them join us and converse with our team. It would be beautiful.
Okay. On the first place, I will thank you for this conversation here on this morning, this evening by you in Australia. A last word from you to all the listeners, and I go play the song. The bush is still the same.
Thank you so much, Will, and appreciate your support, mate, and lots of love to all your listeners. I know we need a whole lot more love in the world at the moment.
Thank you. I wish you a nice evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Blessings, mate. Bye-bye.